Adventure. An unusual, exciting and possibly dangerous activity or endeavor. That is what the Cambridge Dictionary reads, and that is exactly what this is to us.
I guess this is it. Waiting for the guys.
Three ordinary guys trying to balance the demands of our lives with some healthy adventure. We love hanging out together and we love to share our passion for motorcycles. 6 days on 2 wheels, in search of the ultimate twisties. Today, we ride for the Alps.
We have 6 days, we'll ride for the Alps and we'll go find as many twisties and mountain passes as we can possibly find. Today is Sunday, it's around noon. We'll ride for France today and tomorrow we'll ride for Swiss, so then the fun is going to start.
It will be over 700 kilometers before we'll see the high peaks in the distance, and that will only be tomorrow. The plan for today is to ride into France. The first bit was on the highway, but after an hour or so we took the exit in St. Vith and rode through a little piece of Germany into and through Luxemburg and then into France.
It's getting hard. It's getting hard, mama. It's getting hard. That lad's got a hold on me. I'm hurting, man, I'm bleeding. New York City is the place to be. If a hard time you've been needing. It's getting hard, mama. Oh, it's getting hard. It's getting hard.
We've booked the cozy chambre d'hôte near Thionville for our first night, and that's the only reservations we made. Each night we'll make reservations for the night ahead. That way we'll keep our options open for this little adventure in the Alps. First, breakfast. But today we'll eat some miles as well. From here in Thionville in the northern France to Gitschene, a little mountain village near Lucerne in Switzerland. A few kilometers before we crossed the Swiss border, we pulled into a gas station to hide from the rain. The only rain we had to deal with on this trip though. The ride through the Vogesen was beautiful. Not filming this is a mistake I won't make again. After a 500-kilometer ride that ended up with the most gnarly twisties and switchbacks up the mountain, we arrived at the address of our accommodation for the night. But there was nothing there but what looked like an old barn.
We zijn dus zo goed als in ons hotel voor de tweede nacht, wat Jan geboekt had, fantastisch. Maar we zijn tot, ik denk 1200 meter gereden of zo. En nu moeten wij nog wat verder omhoog met de kabellift. Helemaal naar, waar zijn de kabels? Helemaal naar daar. Daar is ons hotel. Oh, kers op de taart.
We were all tired, some of us were beat. But this nice surprise kept our spirits high. When we finally arrived at the top, it was dark, cloudy, and it was hailing. We had dinner, drank some beers and shared some stories. Some about the cable lift we just rode. We met some fans and then turned in for the night. We arrived here yesterday. Well, we arrived not here yesterday, but we arrived maybe 500 meters lower, thinking that the hotel we booked was right there. But there was nothing. There was just a little parking lot and a little wooden shack. So we called the lady of the hotel and well asked for directions. And she said, no, you're there. I'll send the cable car down. So we went like, what? And the little wooden shack was not just a wooden shack, it was, well, a little base station for a very little cable car. So we had to take the cable car, leave the bikes downstairs, and went up the mountain. And that's where we slept, that's where we stayed, that's where we stayed last night. That's where I'm this morning. I think it's right about 7 o'clock, maybe 6:30, something like that. It is unbelievably beautiful up here. Damn. I hope this weather holds today, because today we will ride mountain passes. Today and tomorrow we'll ride and we'll do what we came here for. So I'm looking forward to this.
Yesterday we rode up this mountain road right after sunset. It was dark and we were tired. But now, in abundant sunlight, we can actually see the beauty of these mountains. The magnificent views that are revealed after almost every corner take our breaths away as we make our way back down into the valley. From there, our Kalimoto route will take us over 4 more passes. We are in the middle of May. Not all passes are open due to snow that is still there at this time of year at those altitudes. The passes I selected though should be open for general traffic. If everything goes according to plan, we'll see the Oberal Pass, Lukmanier Pass and San Bernardino Pass, before we ride into Chiavenna in Italy over the Splugen Pass. We even did some off-road bits when we rode up the Splugen Pass. A short break, coffee and time to take in the magnificent scenery before we descend into Italy.
contributed to the local community when we came down from the San Bernardino Pass by taking a short cattle herding job. Jan was suspiciously good at it. We've booked an affordable apartment for the night in Chiavenna, just over the Swiss border. After some well-deserved pizza, some beers, and a fight with our Sina intercom system, which we've lost by the way, we turned in for the night. Tomorrow, we will ride our last mountain passes of this trip. As we ride from Italy back into Switzerland, we are stoked about what's to come. But somewhere deep down, we all feel the trip is coming to an end. We try not to think about it and enjoy the roads and views we are presented. If everything goes well, we'll ride the Maloja Pass, Albula Pass and the Fluella Pass. Back home, people warned us that the beginning of May is too early in the year to try and do a trip like this. A lot of the most popular and highest passes are still closed. And yes, they are. And that is a good thing. Because if those passes were open, we'd probably be riding them and never seen these lesser known passes. And I can safely say that I'm glad we saw them. I've ridden these mountains a few times before. I saw the popular passes and make no mistake, they are beautiful and every bit as breathtaking as these. But the Fluella Pass, before completely unknown to me, is now amongst my absolute favorites. And because of the early time of year, there was still some snow on the highest points, which makes this landscape unearthly beautiful, especially on a motorcycle. I can feel the air get colder as I climb in altitude, smell the grass and melting snow, hear the water rush down the falls. There is no obstruction between me and the landscape. As we climbed some mountain in Liechtenstein, a dwarf state in Europe between Switzerland and Austria, I was wondering what surprise accommodation Jan booked us for the night. He wouldn't say and just smiled when we asked about it. "You like it," is all he said, with a disturbing grin on his face. But he was right, we did like it. The yurt was all we needed. It was equipped with all the comfort one can ask for. Shower, toilet, kitchen and a cozy place to sleep amongst the llamas and the alpacas. We even fired up the barbecue and had some fine dining under a moonlit sky amongst Europe's giants. We feel a bit down this morning, realizing that the trip is coming to an end. All that is left now is leave the mountains in our rear-view mirrors and make our way back home. We comfort ourselves with the fact that Jan has booked one last surprise evening for us somewhere in the Black Forest in Germany. The Baldenwegerhütte is a beautiful, typical German guest house on top of the Black Forest National Park. We enjoyed our last evening outside by the warmth of an open fire under the stars and said goodbye to the mountains. It's not about how far or fast you go or how dangerous the endeavor is. It's about the company we keep, the people we meet and the places we see. It's about the friendships we forge away from meeting rooms and phone calls. It's about the passion for riding. This is adventure.